Hey everyone, welcome to The Word on the Street Is with Gaby and Michael, where we mention it all about your favorite Bravo celebrities and the shows that they star in.
We are on episode 5. We have our second guest, Zachary Weinberg. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm so excited to be on here with you guys. Me and Michael have been friends on TikTok for months. I think all of our fans are pretty mutual, or a lot of our followers, so they're
Yeah.
probably so excited to see us do this collab together.
Yeah, we did a little Rena and Denise skit on TikTok, and we'll probably do some more acting on there.
Michael,
Um, but-
you, Michael, you in a Rena wig is iconic.
well, I am being her for Halloween, so stay tuned for that costume in a couple of
Oh,
weeks. I'm getting a pill bag. I got the wig, the leopard dress. It's going to be good.
oh, I'm excited.
So, Zach, how old are you? Where do you live? What do you do for work?
So I'm 23. I live in Los Angeles, but I grew up in Long Island, New York. I went to college in New Jersey, and then I moved to LA once I graduated last year. So to do entertainment hosting. So I studied broadcast journalism in college, and now I'm getting into a lot of entertainment hosting, which is kind of like what I want to do. So talking about reality TV and interviewing and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm just kind of getting my career started out here.
Yeah, that's fun. I've just gotten into it doing TikTok, but it's so
Um,
much fun.
oh, it's totally so much fun.
It's such a
So,
fun hobby, and it's like you just meet so many people that are obsessed with all the fun Bravo details that we are.
yeah,
So,
literally, like TikTok has changed my life. I've met so many, like, especially you guys, but so many fun Bravo fans and like just expanded that Bravo group so much more. And I love it.
well, what I love about TikTok is that it really like connects you with people who have common interests as you, like from anywhere in the country or the world. Like you wouldn't find those types of people on Instagram. Like you're not making friends on Instagram or Snapchat, on Twitter. Like on TikTok, you can actually make like legitimate friends because your FYP is like custom made for you.
Zach, we would love for you to share with us your Bravo palette, your 5 favorite Real Housewives and your least 5 favorite housewives.
Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay, well, I love Jersey. Jersey's my favorite franchise. It's the first franchise I've ever watched. So Teresa is like top for me always. Also, I really love Melissa too. I know Michael doesn't love her, and I know a lot of fans do not love her. But since I'm such a hardcore Jersey fan, Teresa and Melissa are my top two. And then to kind of mix it up, I would put in Dorit Kemsley from Beverly Hills, Portia from Atlanta, and I'm between Cameron Westcott from Dallas and Leah from New York for my number 5 spot. I would say they're tied. And then my least favorite housewives, Kenya Moore is my
Oh,
least favorite housewife of all time. I know there's a lot of people that like her. I know you guys like her. I've always hated her, even before she was on Housewives. When she was on Celebrity Apprentice, she pisses me off. Um, so
that's
she's number
Gabby's favorite.
we can get into that. I would also put Kelly Dodd on that list, mainly because of a lot of the things she's done and like how tone deaf she is, and she's just
Yeah.
so not self-aware about how she just like has a platform and she just offends people all day long. Even though I
Yeah.
do think Kelly is, and all these people I'm naming are amazing television, and I'm fully aware of that. These are
Yeah.
just the people that really get under my skin. I would also put on, for a while it was Lisa Rinna. I really, really hated her for so long, especially because I'm a huge Kim Richards stan. Love Kim Richards.
Yeah.
So when Kim and Lisa Rinna were feuding, I was just so hardcore on Kim Richards. So it almost forces you to hate the opposite side so much. So I'm gonna put Lisa Rinna on this list. Ramona Singer. I can't believe she wasn't even the first person I named. I did not stand Ramona like screaming through my television every Thursday night when Rahoney was on.
Oh, I know.
And who else can I not stand? I'm
That
gonna go
break this.
with someone who I actually really did not like. She's new, but Carrie Brittenham from Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like could not stand her. I don't like the way Leanne talked about her, and I just she was just so annoying.
I agree. She didn't have any storyline besides the fact that her husband has all the money and like she's worried about like basically divorcing him. And it was just like she was so rude to him.
Yeah. I am willing to give her a second chance though, when Dallas comes back on. So maybe I'll like her again now that Leanne's not there, because I actually really liked Leanne. I didn't agree with a lot of the things that she said, but I thought she was just like pure gold. I don't know how Dallas is going to survive without her.
We were thinking that as well. I honestly think Dallas will be on for 1, maybe 2 more seasons.
Yeah, if these newbies don't bring it, I don't see Dallas staying. I mean, Leanne really brought the majority of the drama. She got annoying, but I mean, she was a good housewife. And I agree with Kelly Dodd too. Like, I like Kelly as a housewife, but the way that she talks on social media and the way she uses her platform, I will never support her again. So
Exactly. And I want to like Dallas, like, and I hope that it's really good next season. I know we're getting 2 new housewives, so it should be a different mix, but a lot of the women on Dallas are just so like normal. And I think that when you're a housewife, you need to be crazy, like for it to be good television. And everyone in Dallas is just too normal. And that's why I'm going to miss Leanne, because Leanne was insane.
I think the thing with Dallas is it's this Dallas society, and they all like feel like they have to act like these like prim and proper women, where like Leanne grew up as a Carney kid, so she doesn't give a fuck about the Dallas society.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll miss
like Leanne.
I'll miss Leanne's one-liners for sure, but I can't back her behavior during season 4.
No.
Yeah. You guys think that's what it was that got her fired? It was just like her derogatory terms? Because I also think none of the women liked her anymore.
I think she was fired for the comments that she made towards Carrie. Mm-hmm. I don't think she left at all, or I don't think she left because she wanted to at all. And even if the women didn't like her, I don't think Leanne would ever resign on her own.
I don't think so either. I mean, if you watched, I mean, obviously we all watched the reunion, but Andy was obviously very upset with her, and it seemed like she wasn't really getting it too. So yeah. I feel like there was really no remorse, and I don't feel like there was any turning back with her. I feel like we just had to be done with her at that point.
Yeah, I agree. I also think that, like I said, she had no friends on the show. So when you're placed on the couch and you're sitting next to people that literally don't even like you, and Brandy was like moving to the other side, like that's when you know your time is up on the show, and no one can even sit on the same side of the couch as you.
Exactly. If people if people don't want to film with you, then you're pretty much done. Same thing happened to Brandy after season 5, after she slapped
and Danielle Staub on Jersey.
Yeah.
But one thing I have to say is that these Zoom reunions, while I love them, the thing that pisses me off about it is that you don't get to see who sits on which side of the couch, because that's something I look forward to as a housewife fan every season. Like, where is everyone sitting? So I hope that we can get the in-person reunions back, like hopefully for Potomac.
Yeah, I love that too. And I love like predicting who's going to sit where, like before it gets announced.
Like the seating chart will come out like a few days before the reunion. It's like the most exciting thing of my week.
Zach, I know you love keeping up with the Kardashians, and I wanted to ask you what your thoughts were on when the rumors were going around that Kris Jenner was potentially going to join Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really make sense to me. I never really thought it was going to happen. I think Kris Jenner is too good for Beverly Hills. I also don't think she would fit well on that show. She would just be the star of that show, and it's kind of she just doesn't have room on that show. And I think Kris said it in one of her interviews that she did. Like, there's just no place for her on the show. I think if she did a few episodes like she did, being Kyle's friend, like that would be amazing. I would love that, but I don't think Kris would fit well on that show. And I also kind of think Kris is too old for Beverly Hills. Same with like Kathy Hilton, who they might bring on. Like, I want to see people like in their earlier 40s, late 30s, not necessarily people in their 60s and 70s going on Housewives. Not to age shame.
There was definitely some drama surrounding Erika Jayne and a meme account that she ripped off and refused to give credit to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm such a Erika fan. Like, she's the only housewife I ever met. So like, I'll always like love her, but I cannot take her side on this. Basically, there was this picture put together, I think by Bravo, and it was because you know how the episode this past season of Beverly Hills, Erika and Renna were wearing the same pink jacket. And then this last episode of Potomac, Robin was wearing either the same or pretty similar. So they were all put together, and a Bravo meme account, Brands by Bravo, basically put that picture next to the pink ladies from Greece. And basically it wasn't necessarily the meme that Erika took, but she took that idea from that account and posted it. And when they just simply asked to be, recognized for the credit of that idea, she had a lot of harsh things to say. And I just thought it was really unnecessary. Like, you're a star on this on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and you're really gonna like go off on a fan. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Girl's got too much time on her hands right now.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I think that was just so belittling of Erika and just unnecessary. Like, that account, Brands by Bravo, was literally just like asking for credit on the meme that they created. Like, there was no reason Erika had to be so nasty, and like, just, she wasn't trying to be nasty. It was most like, it was like passive aggressiveness. Like, it just wasn't necessary. And I think Erika, I mean, I used to love Erika and I used to stan her just as much as you do, but this past year, I've just really lost some respect for her. And I think she's just like really let a lot of things get to her head. And I also think she's kind of mad that like she's been getting a lot of hate on Twitter. And that is, if you guys have watched the first couple seasons Erika was on, like, she was one of the most beloved housewives.
Oh yeah.
Everyone loved her. So I think she's kind of just pissed off at a lot of the fans for turning on her. So I think it was kind of misdirected anger that she took out on Brands versus Bravo.
So our other piece of news is, and we'll get into more OC later when we discuss the episode, Braunwyn came out this week and basically said that her and her husband Sean are no longer living together. Now, they're not planning on divorcing per se, but in quotes, she said they are redefining their marriage right now.
I was really surprised, and I wasn't surprised that it seems like there's been some rumors going around their marriage for a little while now. So I was surprised to hear that he's moved out, but they're not going to be divorcing right now. I mean, that's a big step that they're taking to have 7 kids together and be living in different houses.
Yeah, but it also is like, if they have 2 houses, I mean, they have 7 kids. Like, the more room, the better, right? I think they are having an open marriage right now. And I think that Braunwyn has kind of said divorce is a lot. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of time. It's a big commitment. So if they're unsure if they want to stay together or not, then I'm totally down, and I support them for just figuring things out, living separately. They seem to still like each other and get along. It kind of seems like, I don't know if you guys watch What Happens Live last night, but it seems like Braunwyn is dating a girl.
I was just gonna say that, yeah.
And she just kind of wants to explore her lesbian side. And if Sean is supportive of that, maybe Braunwyn just needs to date a girl and hook up with a girl for a couple months or a couple years, and then her and Sean can kind of get back together. If they don't care, I mean, I love that they're redefining the laws of marriage. Yeah. Like, they have kids together, they're family forever. So there really is no rush to get divorced unless you're like completely done with the person. So I love how in 2020 we can have, it's like socially acceptable to have open marriages. I fully support them.
Yeah.
I am all about like doing you. It's like, as long as you're not hurting anyone, I really don't care what you're doing.
Yeah. And it's none of our place to really judge their marriage. I mean, it's obviously unconventional, and that's totally great. Obviously they had, we learned last season that they have threesomes, which cool. I mean, if that works for them, I think that's great. But yeah, I do think that she is exploring her sexuality. She said that, in quotes, there are parts of me that I pushed down, and I'm allowing myself to live authentically. So that is kind of what made me think she was exploring her sexuality a little bit. So I think what you said, Zach, I totally agree. I think divorce is hard. I grew up with divorced parents, so I think it's good that they're just going to take this time to see what works and what doesn't, and see if they really want to be together.
Exactly. And that's like the point of an open marriage, is that you can date other people and explore other options. So good for them. I really like how Braunwyn shares her experiences on the show. I'm really looking forward to her this season, probably the most on the Orange County, because she is so open. I think last season it came off as really a little thirsty and a little bit of desperation. But I mean, Braunwyn was just being authentic. And I think in a world of housewives where a lot of things are fake, I have a lot of respect for Braunwyn. for being so authentic and open. So I'm so excited to hear this, how they kind of came to this place, her and Sean.
Now we're going to move on to episode 2 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. And what are our thoughts?
Yeah, what should we get into first? I know the first scene was Kelly and Emily, and they were kind of discussing Shannon. And I actually really agreed with a lot of things that Emily was saying about Shannon, how, Tamra and Vicky are gone, and Shannon is now the sola amiga, and she's got to kind of stand on her own, and I really felt like they got in her ear a lot. So for me, I'm really happy to see Shannon stand on her own this season.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of the episode was focused around Tamra. Her name was mentioned. It was like plenty of times. Like we could have played a drinking game every time Tamra gets mentioned. Take a sip.
Oh, I know.
You guys know how Tamra was offered like 3 episodes to close out her storyline? I don't know if you guys ever read that. She should have just done it. I mean, I feel like this is not going to be the last time we mention her.
Oh, no.
I wish that Tamra was here to provide some context, because it seems like Tamra is still involved in a lot of the drama. And that's the thing about Vicky and Tamra. They just can't seem to let the show go.
They can't.
So it would have been nice to see Tamra just back for at least the first few episodes, just to kind of like close out her storyline. It would have made more sense. But I don't have high hopes for this season of OC. I think that it's on its way out. I think this is going to be the last season. I also heard that they're editing Kelly Dodd out because of a lot of her racial comments. And Kelly Dodd is like one of the biggest personalities on the show. I mean, it's just like, what is Emily bringing? What is Gina bringing? I kind of like this new girl, Elizabeth, but what's she really going to bring? Do we really care to get to know a new Orange County housewife on season 16? I think this is the last season of Orange County. I honestly don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it through the whole season. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I totally agree, just because I just think the cast is so weak right now. Like, Emily and Gina could go for sure, but that would mean we need to introduce like 2 more people, and I don't know, it's so late in the game. I I agree about the Tamara and Vicky. They really can't let the show go. They've been commenting about it nonstop. Obviously, Tamara, even not being on the show, she's still so thirsty that she's stirring up drama like she always did on the show, and it's just like ridiculous. The fact that Dr. Deb called her is so shady, and Dr. Deb is so toxic, and I never liked her last season.
Is Dr. Deb Braunwyn's mom?
Yeah, Braunwyn's mom.
Yeah, she seems like a real like bitch. Like, she does not seem nice to her daughter. Like, she seems like she's the type of person to like sell her daughter's stories to the tabloids to make money. They were like
I've never
marriage boot camp. They did a show where they were like moms and daughters, and they like fought it out. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. Like, Heidi Montag was also on that from Laguna. That's what Braunwyn should have done with her mom. Like, it's like a lot of times some of the moms, they want the fame that their daughters have, so they're willing to like literally throw their daughter under the bus for it. And I feel bad for Braunwyn for that.
Yeah, I never liked her mom, Dr. Deb.
Yeah, she just seems really toxic, and I think people like her because she seems like
eccentric,
funny. Yeah, eccentric.
She's got crazy senior kind of vibe.
Yeah, but I could see through her toxicity, and I could see that Braunwyn's really damaged because of her mom. So I'm good on her.
It almost feels like Braunwyn could just get her own show, her own spinoff. Like, cancel, because Braunwyn's story is so interesting, and like her layer, her dynamic. They almost should just make a Braunwyn spinoff and just cancel OC, because all this other drama just seems so stupid, and like we don't care. Like,
yeah, I agree.
A spin-off of Braunwyn where they like focus a lot on her son's blossoming drag queen career. I would love to watch that.
Her kids, her marriage, interesting. Now that she's sober, how she got to that point is interesting. There's so much with Braunwyn. The whole season's going to be about Braunwyn, and I'm here for it, because none of the other housewives seem to really bring anything.
She's carrying the season for sure.
So what do we think is going to go down with the Braunwyn and Gina fight?
I've been kind of excited for the fight, but I'm kind of bummed that it's on episode 3, because literally that fight is the only thing I got from the whole trailer. So it's like, oh, we're already getting that. So what else is the season going to offer? I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't like Gina. I think she's annoying. I like how Braunwyn said all that bleach went to your head, because I think it did.
Can we talk about how badly Gina's hair looked when she was out with Emily? And I'm not trying to be shady, but when you're on national television, just run a brush through your hair.
I personally like Gina. She's from
Oh,
Long
yeah.
Island. I'm from Long Island. I actually like Gina, but I totally think that she just never has her life together. She's always a mess. Like, and that's kind of why I like her, because she is so quirky and like she just doesn't take herself seriously. But I do think on this episode, she was kind of picking on Braunwyn for no reason. I feel like these Gina, Emily, they just don't know what to do anymore. Like all the vets are off the show. Like they don't know how to carry a franchise. So I think they're just kind of doing whatever they can and trying to pick on Braunwyn, because Braunwyn is the only person on this season that actually has like something to offer.
And Emily said that Tamra needs a hobby, which reminded me so much of when Bethany told Jill Zarin that she needed to get a hobby.
I was listening to this other podcast this morning, and basically they were saying that they think Tamra was supposed to be on the show and that she backed out last minute, or that her contract got backed out last minute. So Tamra was almost preparing to be on the show. So she was starting drama before the season started. So that's why her name was kind of brought up. So I think that kind of explains why Tamra keeps getting mentioned, because I think Tamra was preparing to be on the show for at least for a few episodes to cause some drama.
It makes sense because they never mention, like, if someone's gone, they're gone. They're not going to be mentioned. Obviously, they're not mentioning Vicky, so there was a difference between the two. And like this past season of New York, you know how Bethany, it was her first season gone, and they had kind of mentioned her because Bethany kind of backed out at the last minute. So I think that's the only reason why they would even mention someone that was gone.
Yeah, well, it also is a huge part of the storyline, and that's why Orange County is a problem, and it's just not going to last that much longer. Is because they have nothing else to talk about anymore. There's no drama. Yeah. There's no vets on the show. There's no OGs. I think that's what makes the Housewives franchise so good, is having the OGs still stay on. Like literally, Shannon is the oldest one she's been on the longest. She came on season 9.
Exactly.
So at this point, it's an entirely different show.
I just think they've done a really poor job of casting, especially besides Braunwyn, like
besides Braunwyn.
Yeah, like they had Peggy and Lydia and Gina and Emily. I mean, it's all just been really poor. And I think the show would be okay if they didn't struggle in that department.
Yeah. I think this would be the last season, especially with Salt Lake City coming on, which I think is going to be really, really good. Mm-hmm. They don't need to have 8 Housewives franchises. They can have 7. So yeah. Salt Lake City will replace Orange County. I'm definitely calling it that it's done after this.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Salt Lake City. November 11th can't come soon enough.
It literally can't. I think it's going to be really good. Also, Orange County this season is cut. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's cut by a few episodes. It won't even be as long.
Yeah, it's like 13 to 15 episodes or something like that.
Like 5 episodes less. And I think you can say part of that is because of the pandemic, but I don't see Jersey getting cut short. I don't see Atlanta getting cut short, or Dallas. Like, it's because there was no drama left.
Exactly. Jersey and Atlanta never disappoint. So
never.
Touch on Jersey really brief. Jackie and Teresa are apparently feuding this season, and it's like one of the main storylines.
Yeah, it actually got extended like 3 weeks, filming did, because of all the drama, and it's all like Jackie and Teresa feud. So I'm not a huge Jackie fan, but if she's gonna give us drama, then I'm here for it.
Oh, I love Jackie, and I love a good Jackie and Teresa feud. I loved it the first season. I loved it. I'm so excited for them to start fighting again. I'm going to be on Team Teresa the whole time, just hating on Jackie. I can't wait.
The best part of the Jackie and Teresa feud for me is Melissa is friends with Jackie. So there's that underlying Melissa and Teresa drama that we always have had.
Which has to come back.
Yeah.
I would love to see Melissa turn on Jackie next season. I would love that. I don't think we even get Jackie off the show. I would love to see Melissa turn on her. I think it would be amazing television.
I don't think it'll happen, but I think it would be good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Teresa just owns New Jersey. There's no other franchise like that where because everyone knows, and I remember you said this once, Michael, you're like, Jersey ends when Teresa is over it. No other franchise is like that. So everyone on Jersey knows that this show is all dependent on Teresa.
Yeah.
No, every other franchise is more even playing field. So all these Jersey girls know that they have to kiss up to Teresa at the end of the day because she can end the show like that. When she was in jail, they did not film without her. They waited like over a year to film.
Exactly. Like Atlanta survived without Nene. Beverly Hills survived without
Lisa.
Lisa.
New York survived without Bethany. Ken Dallas survived without Leanne. We'll see.
Yeah.
Orange County is surviving without Vicky. Kind of.
Not very well, but.
Do you like Vicky, Gaby?
I am not a Vicky fan whatsoever. It's the faking cancer for me.
Yeah.
I hate Vicky as much as you guys do. I mean, she's not my favorite housewife, but I think she's phenomenal television.
Agreed.
She's good TV. I think her time was up. I hate Tamra, but I almost will say that I think Tamra's presence is kind of missed because she always stirred up drama. But Vicky, for me, acting like she's this moral high ground when, you know, she was on this cancer scam and she's saying that Braunwyn's bringing the show down because she's making out with women. Yeah. That's where I kind of draw the line with her.
Yeah, I agree that Vicky is phenomenal television, but she's just overall a really horrible person that I don't have any respect for.
Yeah.
I think she was just jealous of Braunwyn because she clearly saw that Braunwyn was like the new star. She's new blood. And I think Vicky knew her time was up. So I think it was all just her talking to Braunwyn like that was all just like her anger and jealousy of Braunwyn coming out.
Yeah.
And isn't she a little old for that?
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah. Hopefully Vicky can move on with her life and hopefully Tamara can too. So we will pray for them.
Well, I don't know if we really have anything else. I kind of wanted to mention something that really resonated with me this episode, and I don't really necessarily like the new girl, but I really liked when she was talking about how she's half Mexican because I'm half Cuban, and she talked about how, like, you know, she doesn't speak Spanish and how growing up, her dad never really immersed her in the culture because he grew up being discriminated for and he didn't want the same for her. And I really resonated with that because my dad grew up being discriminated against because he was Cuban. And so he didn't really teach me or my sister Spanish or really immerse us in the culture. I didn't even learn Spanish till I got to like high school. So that really stood out to me. I don't really like the new girl, but I really related to that.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like her before the season started. Especially because, like, do we really need another blonde white girl on Orange County? Like, can we get someone that looks different, please? But yeah. I kind of like her. I just don't care to get to know a new housewife on Orange County. Like, I'm so done with Orange County already.
Yeah.
I just don't care to learn about a new housewife, especially someone that just like seems like anyone else they've casted before. Like, there's nothing different about her. But she is kind of quirky.
She has a fun personality. I think if she came on 3 or 4 seasons back, I would have given her more of a chance. But I agree. I think I just don't really want to like her because I'm just kind of over it. I guess that concludes it for Orange County. I'm going to get into the fun fact of the week. We were kind of talking about Teresa a little bit before, but I don't know if you guys are fans of Orange is the New Black or even knew this. I didn't know this until like I researched it, but Teresa actually went to prison at the same prison where Piper Kerman, the author of Orange is the New Black, went to in Danbury, Connecticut. And on season 4 of Orange is the New Black, they brought on this new character. Her name was Judy King, and she was like she was based off of Martha Stewart. Like she was this homemaker. She had like a cooking show, like a celebrity. And when Teresa went to jail, her nickname that she was given was Hollywood because obviously she was famous. And so Teresa actually came out and said that she thought that they had based this Judy King character off of her because, you know, Teresa's kind of a little bit self-centered. So it was based off of Martha Stewart, but I thought it was kind of funny that she's like, yeah, I thought that was based off of me. And they must have read my book, the Turning Tables book. So that was kind of a fun fact.
Teresa.
I love any Teresa reference. So cheers to that.
Yeah. I'm curious why Teresa would think an elderly Southern woman with a cooking show as a character on Orange is the New Black would be based on her, but okay.
It's so Teresa though.
It is Teresa. I mean, it's probably weird for celebrities to go to jail anyway, because like everyone knows who they are, and it seems like jail is kind of like a dog world.
Yeah, but it kind of seems like she ran that jail. Like she made a lot of friends. I think the one friend from jail, her cellmate, like was on Watch What Happens Live once. Like
Okay,
she
yeah. She seemed, there's some pictures of her in jail. It seems
yeah,
like a sorority. I don't think she went to like a super I think she went to a bougier jail.
it was like a minimal security
So it
jail.
was more relaxed, which I think is fair. I think that they should reserve different types of jails for like murderers and like, you know,
Sure.
rapists and killers, but people who like do like different crimes, I'm not, whatever the term is, I definitely think they should be at a different type of jail.
Yeah, violent crimes, you shouldn't
Yeah.
be sharing a cell with a serial killer.
No, yeah, totally.
Exactly. Well, maybe we'll have to start a Bravo book club this winter since we're obviously still in a pandemic, and maybe we can read Turning Tables by Teresa Giudice. Anyway, I guess that's pretty much the whole episode. Zach, do you want to like plug your TikTok, Instagram, anything?
Yeah, I mean, my TikTok is ZacharyReality, and actually everything is ZacharyReality now. I've changed it, so Twitter, Instagram, TikTok is all ZacharyReality. So follow me. I'm always talking about Bravo and just a lot of pop culture things. So I look forward to meeting you all.
Yes, we love your TikToks. Every single one starts with popping the champagne and then diving into gossip.
Exactly. We don't like to waste any time. We only have 60 seconds, so we spill it very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll hopefully do some more reenactments of some iconic housewife scenes. So stay tuned for that.
Please follow us on Instagram if you're not already. Our Instagram is the word on the street is _podcast. And right now we are posting every day about 31 days of Bravoween, which features different Bravo celebrities and all their fun costumes throughout the years. So please check that out if you haven't already. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
See you later.